Hey guys, how you going?
Hi everyone.
Look, just to add to the message that we actually did yesterday, we wanted to be a little bit more specific with a couple of things and just really bring a godly perspective and a godly clarity over some of the things that we're hearing at the moment.
Yeah, I've heard a few people talk about this coronavirus as a judgment from God against people, and I really would like to assure everyone that that's not the case.
Yeah.
In 2018, April 2018, God showed me the coronavirus and how the enemy planned this from a long time ago and that he was planning on using it against people.
Yeah.
But he also showed me that he had the plan. He knew what the enemy was going to do and he had the plan and the way out because he's ahead of the enemy.
Yeah, and look, we know that Romans 8:28 says that God causes all things to come together for good for those who love him and are called according to his plan and purpose. So the thing that the enemy has actually planned to use against us will be the launching pad for God it'll be the platform for God to move forward. I spoke a little bit about this in the message yesterday about the church being broken up, and it might be the first look that you might have, or the first thought you might have is, well, the congregation's been broken up and the church looks like it's been divided. But the truth is, it's like flooding the earth, and God's going to use this in a powerful way.
Yeah. He's not only bringing justice in certain situations or small situations, he's actually bringing justice nationally, even internationally. A few weeks ago he spoke to me, he said the word Jehu, and I knew it was him because I've never really thought of that story. It's been months since I've read the story in Second Kings, and it's someone that was used, he was a king that was used to end Ahab and Jezebel's reign. And what he was showing me is there's been oppression over people, and what God was saying to me is they'll be shaking, like what Scott was saying, they'll be shaking in a way where God's tearing down things that have oppressed people.
Yeah. Look, all the systems of the world are being torn down at this time. Everything that's conformed and confined people is being broken. All the normal everyday things have just been thrown out the door, and it's actually given us an awesome opportunity to come back to family. And I really feel like God's bringing us back to that first love. He's bringing us back to that spot where all the other things of the world have no longer got an influence. There's so much stuff that's just been squashed and moved away for us to come back to that solid foundation. So as the shaking happens, and there's shaking across the whole world, all those things that aren't kingdom will fall off. And we know in the word it says that those that build their house on the rock, they will stand in these times. So the importance of just understanding that God is still on the throne, God's working for his children, and God's going to use this to bring a mighty justice across the earth. Don't be worried about the coronavirus.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes on him, and he's going to do mighty things.
Yeah. And just instead of thinking of this as something to be feared, you need to be thinking of what God's going to do, because I assure you, he's going to bring justice worldwide, and we're really excited as to what God's bringing. Like what we said, God is bringing principalities down, he's bringing systems down that are not right and are oppressive, because he loves his people, and he's fighting for us. And there's spiritual warfare now because he's fighting for us.
And you know what? We're seeing people rise up all around the world. So it doesn't matter what country you're in or where you're at. There's people rising up. There's people following the dreams that God's put into people's lives and put into their hearts. And now's the time when those things are being exposed that shouldn't be there. And it's bringing opportunity for God's children to shine and to move into those dreams and move into those desires that we've been given. And I just really feel like at the moment, this is for you too. The dreams that God's given you and the desires that he's given you, watch them come alive at this time and start to flourish. And, just be confident that what he's spoken what he's spoken to each and every one of us is the truth. And he's going to use it to bring glory to himself. And you know what? This is our chance to bring glory to the King, to stand true on the things that he's spoken to us about, and to know that they are going to happen in this time. He's real, guys, and this is about to open up, and his glory and his freedom is going to come, and we're all going to see it.
Yeah.
Love you guys. See yous.